Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to another episode of our... I almost said Assassin's Creed. It's so ingrained in my brain. Welcome back to Satisfactory. And today, I hope that you're going to have a satisfactory viewing experience while I have a satisfactory organization experience as we try to tackle this horrible mess of a facility that we've got. And I think the very first thing we've got to do is these walls have got to come down. We're bringing down the walls. It's just like Mr. Reganus said. Reganus is not... Ronaldus sounds pretty good. Reganus... Ronald, bring down that wall, Mr. Gorbachev. We're going to bring down this wall, and we are going to kind of get a better look at what's going on back here. Why did we ever build these walls in the first place if we never had any intention of actually fencing this whole place in? Or was that the intention? And so much time has passed that I can't remember. So this is what I mean about us having this place sort of built up for coal, right? We've got all of this extra nonsense set up over here for, not coal, I should say. Rather, I should correct myself. All of it set up for steel, which is obviously no longer even a part of the thought process. You know, we're not even considering that over here. Can we blow up this rock? No. We've wasted our time and we've damaged ourselves. That is disappointing. That's okay, though. We'll just kind of build off in this direction. We have an entire additional collection system here, an entire additional miner and whatnot that we can use now for dedicated steel production. So that's great. And we've got to work out how we're going to do this. I see here, this is split up 3 ways, as is this one. What is the collection on these that allows for this? What are we looking at? Did I do a better job of managing resources? 120 per minute. Are you kidding me? 120 per minute. So we can do the same thing. We can split this one off into 3 as well. That'll be grand. That'd be absolutely grand. I'm kind of worried about inventory space. How are we looking on that? Oh, we're doing just dandy. So we can continue to break all this down. Power needs to be sort of looked over again, I think. Is this steel coming out of here? No. This might be, though. What is this? What's going on here? Get me off of this. Iron ingots. So this is just raw iron ingots we're having sent back to base for some reason. All of this can go. We have better power poles now that we can implement. So let's see what we want to do here. What is being produced in this facility? Nails are necessary. In fact, nails are used quite a bit even outside of... Think about some of the items we build here, right? I can't get any of them up right now, but I think computers use nails, which is a scary thought. They're screws as well, aren't they? Yeah, they are screws. Get out of here! Stop telling me how long I've been playing. I don't need to know. Oh my gosh, I spent a lot of time organizing back at the base before we started recording. Computers require circuit boards, plastics, screws, yeah. So they're just going to continue to call them nails, though. Nothing changes. So nails, plastic plates, or I'm sorry, iron plates, advanced iron plates, and rods. So I think what we can do is we can have one of the rods are important. So we got to have rods, but we've also got to have a lot of screws. What I'm feeling is we have this one over here dedicated to the screw game. So it's going to produce. It's going to break out into 3 smelteries here. It's going to go into 3 whatever these things are. I forget what the names of these contraptions are, but we're going to have 3 iron rod productions sort of going on here. One of them will then go to screws. Maybe more than one? What do we currently have over here? It looks like we've got a couple of them producing screws. Where are iron rods produced? Where do they go? I don't even see where iron rods are. Did I break that line? No, they're right there. Yeah, so we've only got 1 iron rod and 2 things of screws. I guess we want to maintain that. I'm kind of questioning now whether or not we're just like transferring things over a spot and whether or not that's sort of the best thing to do. We've got 2 of these. Only 2 of these. Doesn't this break off into 3? Okay, so these 2 are going to the production of plates. And presumably this is being combined with nails to produce... Oh, okay. All right. So we've got to combine them back here. Right. That's why there's 2 things of screws. So right now we've actually only got 1 outgoing screw line. And then we've got another screw line and a plate line that are combined together. Okay. What if we split this one up into the raw components? So this one only produces plates. Maybe this one only produces plates, and this one only produces rods, and then this one produces a hybrid of plates and then rods to be combined with the plates. What's the ratio, by the way, on that? I feel like, I don't know, maybe advanced plates are more important, though. Maybe we should do it the other way around, just based on the sheer amount of material required. Maybe we should have all of these turn into plates, all of these turn into rods, and all of them combined for the advanced plates. And then this one will break out into 3, 2 producing plates, 1 producing rods. I don't really know. I think rods are more important than regular plates. I don't know which one gets used more often. Okay, let's do that. You know what? Shrek it. This is all going. Should we just take it all down? Should we strike the whole thing and start new? Is there no recovering from this? Is it just too complicated? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Let's go ahead and... Oh, gosh. My brain hurts already! Okay, we're going to need a conveyor splitter right over here, and then that's going to need to break off into 3 smelters, and then that's going to need to go into 3... That's going to be back in production again. 3 constructors, and that's going to be for reducing plates and rods, I reckon. So we'll need those things. We're probably going to have to go back and collect some of these things. I didn't really bring any materials with me for construction. So we'll do that first. We'll get plate production, and you know what we do need to do? Let's break all this down. No more outgoing production from now on. Because remember, we're going to have local storage here as well, and that's something we're going to have to work on today. But we're going to break all the local construction, or all the outgoing storage. I forgot all about that facility. I guess that one can stay operational. I don't know if we need to pipe it back to the house, though. Okay, in order for this to work sort of the way that I envision it working in my mind, we're going to need to expand this outward, which is fine. We've got the space for it. We're not hurting for space here in Space World. That's an actual expo, isn't it? Or is that not a thing anymore? Space World? Wasn't that a thing? Am I making that up? Oh, the world in space that we live on by ourselves. We've got plenty of room, so we're not hurting for it. Conveyor splitter is going to go right here. And it's not going to automatically hook up. We're going to have to redo that, which is fine, because it was an archaic... I don't even think it was like a full conveyor belt, like full-speed conveyor belt. We don't have the materials for anything better than a 2. But a 2 only moves... That moves 120, doesn't it? Yeah, so we don't need anything better than a 2 anyway. There we go. Conveyor MK2, so that's hooked back up. That's kind of dangling off the edge there, which doesn't matter, but it bothers me. But also, it doesn't look like there's anything I can do about it now, because the conveyor belt is in the way. Shrek. We'll live with it. We won't. That's a lie. We're going to put it back to the... It was a lie all along. We're redoing it. There we go. Excellent. Perfect. No regrets. Now, I learned a lot of lessons about not packing things in real tight at the still facility. Lessons that we're just not going to be implementing. No, I'm kidding. We are going to be implementing those. So we're going to be putting that there. We are going to put these pretty close together because I want to reuse as much of the material and the space that we've got over to our right now, you know, as I can. And one of the ways we're going to be achieving that is stop it. Stop lining up with that back there. Why is that your default? Line up with this thing right next to you. So help me. What was that? I don't even know what just happened. I didn't push any buttons. It just went away. Okay, no, it's fine. It's okay. See, that's not lined up, though. That's lined up with something in... Ah! Having a good time. Enjoying the video game experience. Deeply enjoying the video game experience. Okay, there. With a bit of patience and a lot of hard work, got these lined up perfectly, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay. Now we can work on powering. Actually, you know what? Power is going to be the last thing we do. We're not going to worry about that immediately. All right, I extended the platform out a bit more, and I made a little bit more space because I don't really want to deal with building anything on top of or around these rocks. So I kind of want to just push past it. But do we want to add storage between here and sort of the next line of the assembly process, because we didn't back at the copper facility, but we did at the steel facility, and I kind of feel like that kind of buffer does benefit the entire system. I sort of wish we had one back here, and I'm thinking of adding one back here, because the easiest way to do it would be just to put a tier 2 here, and then have that go into the back of the tier 2, and then have the conveyor belt come out at the top, and I think it would actually manage to do that. I don't think we'd have too many issues. If that's the case, though, we're going to need at least... Oh, man, let's do the math on that. That's going to be under organization. We're going to need one back there. 1, 2, 3. Coming out of these. 4, 5, 6, 7? Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah, we're going to have to run back to the steel facility to grab the materials for this. But that's fine. We're still making good time. It's entirely possible that I was wrong, that this will not work, that it's just going to cause all kinds of issues, that you're all going to hate me for it in the end, but, oh, dadgummit, I'm willing to take that risk here today now, aren't I? I do want to put this back as far as I possibly can, you know, to give it as much of a chance of actually connecting up top. Can I get on top of this thing somehow? I know there's a ladder over here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, really line it up dead on. Just as close as I can't even see what's happening down there. Is that lined up? It looks slightly offset. No, actually, it looks good. But can we make the connection? No. It doesn't look like we can. Because you gotta, like, start there, and then you gotta click it into here. No? No. No, okay. Well, we tried. We can't go quite that far back with it, and that's okay. We don't need to. Well, we might need to. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, this is ideal. Okay, that's pretty close to being like as far back as possible. So then we plug in from there to here. Dad got that. It's fine. It's not a problem. And then, oh, we don't have to go up at all. It's basically just going straight. I mean, it's a slight incline, but perfect. And already this is working out for us, because as you can tell, this thing is running. This thing is not. None of this is. And it's just filling this up. We've got a good buffer. I love a good buffer. Everyone loves a good buffer, except for Thomas the Tank Engine. He's had some issues with buffers in the past, usually hitting them too hard and like breaking past them and getting into some sort of an accident and causing confusion and delay. Bless him. The life of a train is a difficult one. But we want to line this up now as best as we can. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to place it there. Place this one here. And then we're going to place this one here. And if it's not spot on, so be it. Just so I'm not even going to look. We're just going to connect up. It is spot on though, isn't it? Yeah, thank gosh. That'll go straight through the rock. And this takes up a lot of space, but at least we bypass having to deal with constructing around this giant boulder. These are not powered on, so they're not going to produce iron ingots until we provide them with power. And that is... Okay, actually, it looks like they're going to consume... Okay, 90 per minute. We're producing 120 per minute, so we could probably speed up a couple of these at least. They're going to go into these storage containers. Really? Really? Why? Why? No! It's just... It's so... Okay, alright. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all... Alright. So we're kind of at the front now of what used to be the end of the assembly. And we haven't even actually begun to assemble anything. We've only made iron ingots and dropped them into storage. So next up we need to go into our constructors. And we'll put these a little bit closer. We're gonna try to compact a little bit, ignoring everything I've ever said about wanting to have big open spaces. It is nice to have big open spaces, because I find that it's easier to kind of see what it is you're working with, and if something's not working properly, you don't have to wedge yourself between two machines to figure out, you know, like what the issue is. But can't afford. Looks like we're all out of materials. I was wondering if you could stack these on top of one another. I reckon you could. Ah, but why would you? I guess we're all out of material for conveyor belts, too. We've been using all of our bars for... hold on a minute. One of these produces what we're looking for here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's that situation dealt with. Can we get this plugged in here? Perfect. It is a bit wide, though, which means with each subsequent one of these that we build, The issue is going to be they are like encroaching on each other's space, so we're going to have to make them a bit wider. Let's put down one in the middle. Then we'll work out distance for the other two based on that. Wow, there's a lot of telemetry going on right now. That'll work. And then we'll put the others just kind of as close to there as we can without encroaching on the space. And hopefully we can make those angles. I don't know. We might not be able to make those angles now that I'm looking at it. What is the floor is too steep? Is it because it's coming off the edge over here? Is that the issue? Dang it. We're going to have to widen this thing out even further. Alright, a bit of space is nice. I said it before. I'll say it again. A bit of space is nice. And therefore, I'm glad that everything worked out the way that it did. Because now we get to have a bit of space going into our constructors. Lovely. And these are going to be producing, like I was saying... which is more important? I'm going to say 15 rods per minute. 15 rods per minute. And this one produces 15 plates per minute. Is that good? Is it? Is that what we want? I don't know. I honestly do not know. I don't know which one we use more of. I think probably rods. Because we use them in things other than construction. We use them to build power lines and whatnot. I seem to remember rods running out far more often than plates, at least the regular plates. Reinforced plates, that's a different story. But, dang it, are we all out of concrete again? I know of an easy way to get a lot of concrete. No, we actually... No, wait, we're going to be... Well, that line's probably not going to get restored. In fact, that line is probably going to remain permanently busted. And because we're expanding out further this direction... this platform is expanding out further this direction for more storage, so we'll go ahead and take all that concrete. Now, it says we only need one more industrial storage container, but that is not true. Unfortunately, I brought enough materials to make several of them. We're not going to do it yet, because I'm not sure where I want to have the final storage set up, but here we go. This part's done now, so this is going to be manufacturing plates and rods and shipping them out to the end. I'm stripping it all the way back to these foundries here. We're going straight on back. They're not in a line, and it frustrates me. I might go ahead and fix that now while we've got the time. Was I... Jeez, I didn't mean to do that. These three are going to produce the rods, maybe? Was that what we discussed? Hold on, let me go ahead and see what goes into making these plates again. I've forgotten. So, it looks like it's a combination of, yeah, screws, 24 screws, and 4 iron plates. So which one are we going to need more of, the plates or the screws? How fast are screws manufactured? 90 per minute versus iron plates, which are manufactured at 22.5 per minute, and that's with speed upgrades. So I say we need... Oh, wait a minute, what about just screws? Oh, I forgot all about that. We'll need to have a facility producing just screws. That's not what this facility over here is for. This is for plate... Oh, okay. Alright, no, that makes this easy. This one will produce all rods, but one of them will produce screws that just go to the end. The other two will produce screws that go and combine 3 plates of... Yeah, that's what we'll do. If that didn't make sense, it will here in a minute. Okay, so these 3 are going to be used to manufacture iron rods. So iron rod, iron rod, iron rod, and then we need to come out of here directly into 3 more. This is going to have to go because it's kind of in the way at the moment. So we're going to go directly from there into 3 more, and we're not going to bother with a buffer in between. We're going to go directly into 3 more constructors that are going to be used to make the nails. Screws if you're so inclined, you know, if you want to be correct. Nails if you want to be fun, you know? Because nailing is more fun than... Not finishing this sentence. Nailing is fun, though. I recently got a nail gun for use with the window insert project, which went really well. It was quite effective, and the nail gun is a blast. I let all of my nieces and nephew use it. They came over and I was like, you guys ever used a nail gun before? And I took them out in the garage and let them all use it, and they were all very, very impressed and had a lot of fun. And maybe I'm a bad uncle. I can't say. Alright, so this one is done now. The screws are going to come straight out of this one. And they're going to go on their way. I don't know if maybe we might need to have more than that, though. Like, Is one machine producing screws enough? Or do we maybe need to... You know what, we can always speed it up if we need to. We can add speed upgrades. I probably collected some speed upgrades along the way. In fact, my inventory is now full. Should probably get rid of some of this stuff. So I'm going to say, yeah, we'll add some speed upgrades over here. And there we go. It'll now produce, instead of 90, more. It'll produce more than that. Now in front of here, we need to take those screws along with the iron plates that are being manufactured back here. And I actually don't think I need to do anything to the setup over here. I think that the setup over here is probably ready to go, producing iron plates. Nothing needs to be moved or reconfigured. Maybe I should add some storage containers like I did on the previous one. Like everything else has a storage container buffer, and these machines do not. So I might move them out a notch and add some storage container buffers in there. Move it all over a hair. But then coming out of that, we need to have some assemblers. Maybe just one. I don't think we really need more than one, because we can assemble and then have... Well, you know what? Let's get one built, and we'll see how we feel it after that. But all we got to do now is combine screws with plates to get the ultra plates. For that, we're going to need our... Where's the constructor? The assembler, I should say, yeah. Not the constructor, the assembler. And it's got to go somewhere over here. Maybe like right here. So what if I then got a merger, right? And we put it right outside of it, like right here. I think that looks lined up right there. If we can. If it'll let me. Yeah. And then we combine the output of these two. Oh gosh. Oh, hold on. Well, no. Shrek me. Better idea. What if I got an industrial storage container and threw it down maybe right there? That should be enough distance, I think. We can then pipe from here into here, and then from there into there. And now, when we output out the other side, it'll be combined. Yeah! We're going to do something similar over here, where we're going to get ourselves a conveyor merger. We couldn't get it working a second ago with where we had it, but maybe right here. And we'll combine the outputs of these three. We're using conveyor belt 2s right now because I don't have the materials for a 3, but we will use a 3 here in the future when we come back to upgrade some of this, because I do want to upgrade some of these conveyor belts, because some of them are going to be moving more than 120 objects once we get everything kind of tuned the way we want it. Let's grab organization, industrial storage, out the front, kind of right there. Is that lined up? Struck me sideways. It is. So all three of those will now be combined, except I don't want you doing this anymore. You are to now make plates, so stop. Remember I was talking about maybe moving these a second ago? I've changed my mind. So plates and plates. So all three of these are now producing plates, or at least they will once they have power. Need to get rid of all these old power lines. And then we'll need our assembler. And I don't really know if we need more than one, but I might go ahead and build 2. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have the materials to build 2. I only have the materials to build 1. Well, maybe we'll go ahead and just build 1. I wanted to build 2, though. We have the technology! We can rebuild him. Does anyone know what that is? $6 million man. I don't know. Does anyone know what that is? I've never actually seen it. I just know that quote. How are we going to do this? We're going to put them side by side over here? Let's just do that. We'll put one there, and we'll put one right next to it, like right here. Like right next to it. And then we got to figure out the logistics of running the lines to them. But one's going to go there, and then that one's going to go there. Cool. That's the plates. Now we need to get the screws. So one's going to go there, and then one is going to go... So help me. No, okay. It'll have to go like this. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's perfect. I don't like this bit in the middle, though. We can do better than that. Let's see. I want it to flow a bit more smoothly. Is that going to work, or is that going to clip through? That just looks bad, too. I don't like it to look bad. I want it to look nice. So what if it comes out to maybe right here, and then it bends in? I'm stuck now. There we go. And that looks a lot better. That looks much better. So we're going to have plates coming in. And how many do these produce? Each of these are going to produce the reinforced iron plates. 5 per minute? Guess what, everyone? We're producing 10 iron plates per minute. That's good. And like I was saying earlier, this one is just going to be finished nails or screws that just come out the end. Oh my gosh, I think we did it. I think we've done it. Okay, so we've got iron rods, plates, nails, and advanced plates. That's everything we need from a steel production facility, correct? There's nothing else? We should show a recipe? I don't think there's anything else that can be produced with steel, or with just steel, or just iron, or anything like that. I keep saying steel. I mean iron. I don't think there's anything else we can do. Spiked rebar? Oh. Well, we don't need to have that automatically produced, I don't reckon. Do we? I don't think so. I think if I need... that's really something that only I use and only for combat. So that doesn't seem necessary. I do think, though, that we're going to have to probably get rid of this pole. Hope that doesn't break anything else. I mean, it's going to break that, but we're going to need to expand this out for the storage platforms. Okay, so it's time to wrap up this project by throwing down the storage for all of these objects. So we're going to have, coming out of here, our storage containers, and it's time to start lining those up. Is that actually synced up with this thing? Is it? That's going to be the basis for where all the rest of these are going to be planted, because they're all going to be in a line here. So we got the 3 of those, and then 1 of these, and then 2, I think. Is that right? Is this correct at all? Because the way that this is going to be run is, we've got 1 coming out of here, 1 coming out of here, and 1 coming out of here. Excellent. And then we're going to have 1 coming out of there, like way the heck back there. We'll have it stop there maybe, and then flex over. Yeah, that won't cut through anything. And then these 2 are going to have to run kind of over and back. Kind of like maybe to there. Am I running out of material? I keep running out of materials. This keeps happening, and I don't think it's going to stop happening, because now I'm about to run out of the materials necessary to build the reinforced iron plates. So we got to get this whole operation running again as quickly as possible. I mean, we have a whole thing full of reinforced iron plates back at base, so it doesn't actually matter. But I want to throw out there that this is now a substantially larger space, which we have built to do less than the previous space. We were more space efficient before than we are now. I just want to put that out there, because I know someone's going to comment on it. Yes, we're taking up more space to do less. That is by design. This sucks. This is sad. This makes my heart hurt in all kinds of ways. Okay, the second one is going to more or less follow the first one. Kinda. Just going to go down to here, I guess, and then into there. And then this one's going to go around into there. Okay, so now all of the conveyor belts are ran into our storage facilities. And I guess the next step in this process is going to be providing power to the whole shenanigan. That made sense. Don't question it. So we're going to have power poles. 1, 2, power line. And let's get to it. This is going to put a massive strain, I am worried, on our power grid, because I don't think all of these were running beforehand. And now suddenly all of these machines are going to come online. First time in a long time, and I think we might actually run into some power problems. But what are we missing? Looks like these are all operational. These 3. These are the last 3. So 1, 2, 3. So those 3 are now operational. I'm going to add, if I have what I need for it, 1 more industrial storage container right here along in this sort of lineup. Wedged right up in there. And then we can go down here from there. Can't afford. Are you kidding? What am I out of? The steel beams? Steel... Wait, hold on. We don't need steel beams. That must be a different... I don't know what's on 5, but it's not conveyor belts. MK2. Yeah, there we go. So we'll have that brought up to here. And there we go. So now we got that producing again. Everything looks like it's producing. We need to go through here and kind of make sure that the right objects are ending up in the right places. Why are you not producing nails is what you're supposed to do. 6 screws. You've even got like a speed upgrade. Are you not getting iron? Are you not producing iron ingots? Are you not receiving iron ingots? What is the holdup back here? You. Aha! No, produce iron. No power. None of these have power. Did I neglected to power these? Mistakes sometimes occur. It's not the end of the world. I think these are the only 3 that weren't powered. They should be operational now. Everything should now be operational. And we should start to see nails being... Okay, so iron rods. And then you. What are you doing? You're consuming more iron rods than you're being fed, which is an issue. These, on the other hand, I think are perfectly timed. They're getting exactly 15. They're using 15. We need another speed upgrade, which does not appear that I have on my person. I can go grab one, though. But let me get to the end here. Yep, okay. Reinforced iron plates. I just saw a reinforced iron plate go in there. We got the nails going in there, or the screws. We've got regular plates. We got rods, and we've got concrete. Is it worth doing double rods? I don't know still. I'm still unsure. I feel like... maybe. Let's go see if this is a holdup, though. The fact that we're doing more more plates than... Wait a minute. What are you? What are you? Why are you? Why are you? Why are you? What? Are these producing rods? What is happening? There should be no iron rods. These should all be producing... What do you do? You're producing iron. You're all producing iron. What is happening? Why are there rods in here? Get the rods out. Take out the rods. Where are they coming from? One of you is producing rods. Plates. They're all producing plates. Where did iron rods come from? How did this happen to me? I made iron plates. Rods got in the mix. So far, the power hasn't cut off. So far, everything seems to be operational. It makes more sense to me than it probably does to you, as I am the one who built it. You're not getting plates, though. Why are you not getting... Aha. Ah. Can I not pick up those plates in there, please? Can I need to get those rods? Did that do it? That might have done it. Alright. This is... Oh, dear. From up there? There we go. And then we can manually just throw some plates in here. I've got plenty. But this one over here is operating normally. How is the flow rate? It looks like it's doing just fine, except it needs more iron plates. Is it also got something stalled in it? I can't tell. There's got to be one stalled in there. That must have been what happened. That is so very frustrating, but at least we got it sorted out. I'm not sure if that right there is necessary, but okay. I want to see what one of these looks like when it's producing normally, because it's got an overabundance of screws. Is it going to be receiving enough plates to manufacture at a steady rate? Did I make a mistake having so many screws being produced? Could we have done with just one screw set? That's what I want to find out. And I guess one of the ways to find that out is going over here, because remember I threw a bunch of plates in here. So the slowdown is really just the time it takes to produce them. It's a good thing we built 2 of them, I guess. We could probably speed those up, though. That would be a better thing to speed up than worrying about, like, screw production. Like, yes, technically, it is... Let's just take that out of there. We don't need it to be producing them that quickly. Yeah. Yeah! That's fine. 90 per minute's fine. We're not going to be using them that quickly. I'm not going to worry about this. What I am going to go ahead and do is dismantle all of this. It's all going away, folks. How about that? Oh, wait a minute. I don't actually have the inventory space for all of this. Let me empty some of this out behind here. So what have we got? Reinforced plates. We can leave some of those in here. This entire conveyor belt of coal can just go now. It was a dumb idea from the start. It's a waste of space, a waste of materials. Just gonna have to backtrack that all the way. Actually, let's take it all the way back to that splitter, because I do think it is being used up at that truck station, except for the fact that sulfur is no longer being transferred because I think we're full of it and we don't have anywhere to put it. Do we want to automate the production? I mean, what uses sulfur? What are we going to automate that needs sulfur? Comment down below if you know, because heck knows I don't. I'm going to break it all down right up here. No. No! No! Crap. Can we go? Dang it. Gonna have to rebuild the space elevator. That sucks. You need to have a dialogue option that pops up for that. Look at, oh no. I was gonna say, we're just gonna break it all the way down to these containers and then we'll leave it there, but now I gotta rebuild the whole friggin' space elevator. Well, this is weird. Because you'd think after breaking the space elevator, I would have everything that I need to rebuild the space elevator, but for some reason I'm missing a lot of iron rods and a lot of wire, which is odd. Although, I mean, it's not a hassle. I've got those things over here. It's just, I wonder where they went. Also, did I at one point think the space elevator was a big project? Because iron rods, iron plates, and wire? What? It seems so quaint now, doesn't it, looking back on? I've got no idea where this thing was or how to get it, like, in the immediate... Is it centered? Looks like it's centered. Probably right about there, I'm gonna guess. That looks about right. I think it's further back than it was before, but at the same time, that doesn't appear to be hurting anything. I mean, it's right out the back here. Is this thing gonna... Jeez. It's probably okay. Why does it have... inputs and out? Oh, we can pump items directly into it. Or maybe that's for extraction? What are we going to extract out of the space elevator? I honestly don't know. I kind of appreciate the extra space we got now, though. Extra space elevator we got now. We can move this a bit further back, too. Kind of coincide with where we moved the space elevator, I'm going to guess. Or can we? Or is this kind of like exactly where it was? Awesome. Well, we managed to put the space elevator back where it was, and it's looking awesome. Here we go. This is what it wants right now. Delivery number 3. Lots of stuff. This is what we're working towards with the Omni facility. That's the goal. So we've got 8, so it's going to take 4... I kind of want to move all of that over to here and get it out of the way. So I think what we're going to need to do is build 2 more industrial storage containers kind of in this lineup here. There we go, there's one. You gotta be kidding me. Why is my... Is it me? Is it me? Is my perspective off? Am I not understanding? Is everyone else looking at this and understanding what's going on, and it's just me having these problems? I'll accept that, if that is the case. I will accept it. But there we go. So I think we've got now those 2, and then these 2 are completely empty. So I can start... This one's also just full of garbage, so store all. I can start moving everything that's in these over. Let's just break them. And it's going to leave, like, some containers on the ground, and then as we pick up the contents out of those containers, they will disappear kind of as we go. Perfect. You know what I wish the game had now? Is sort of like you have in different Minecraft mod packs, where you can combine a bunch of independent storage containers together, and then link them, and then have a computer that automatically sort of sorts between, and, you know, you just have one sort of terminal you open up and you use. That would be really slick. I wish we had that. We don't, but my gosh, I wish that we did, because then I could just have all of these... I could just build a bank of these and have wires hooked into them and some sort of a system that auto-fetches out of them exactly what I need. Maybe that is in the game. Maybe it's further along. I just haven't seen it yet. I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet. But right now, what we got to do is finish up the foundations of this bad boy. And finish these ramps over here on the side. And finally, the project we started... Remember, we were laying the groundwork last couple episodes. The project we started in the last episode is now complete. The groundwork has been laid, and now we have a whole new base of operations with so much space It looks so good. We got so much storage, even though most of it is now in use. Looks great. It's a lot cleaner and open air, and the facility is finished. It's operational. I want to grab, before we head back over there, a couple of slugs. I gotta find them first. I think we had some in here. Well, we want the actual speed upgrades. We don't want slugs. You might notice some duplication and that things aren't really organized as well as they could be, and that is a problem with the, gosh, don't do that, with the current setup. I've got to go through here and sort of manually sort this stuff and probably add more storage containers. It's going to be a while before we go through all of these things, but there we go. Okay, let's take these 2 speed upgrades over here. It looks less far away now, and I don't think that has to do with the fact that we altered our FOV in the previous episode. I think it's just, without all of the clutter between here and there, it is just genuinely, it looks closer. So we want to speed these up because these are very slow. So we're going to add 1 here, and that'll go from 5 to what, 7.5? Yeah, 7.5 per minute, and we'll do the same here. We're definitely not running out of materials to feed these things. They're staying full, it looks like. We just need to move material through them more quickly. Let's see how we're doing. I can transfer some of those things back over to here. You know, like I can store the plates inside of these big containers and the screws inside of here, and you know, that stop all this excess production that's going on right now. But for right now, we are done with this episode. I believe the next stage is going to be figuring out where to build the Omni Factory. We're going to need a lot of open space. Maybe we can just cover all of this in like 4-block high. No, we're not going to do that. We need an area with a lot of open space, and it needs to be kind of somewhat centralized from where the steel and the iron and everything is, so we can transfer it all with relative efficiency and quickness. And I don't know, maybe just right back out here. Can we do that? Can we do it right out the back of the space elevator? The steel facility is right over there. We could have it broken down into like a couple of different sub-facilities. I don't know. So we've got steel, we've got iron, we've got copper facilities. We need to work on... Oh, I forgot about how... Oh, we gotta work on the frickin' oil. We gotta get quartz over here still. We automated the collection of quartz. We just haven't got it moved over here yet. We've still got sulfur up there. Let's take a quick look before we leave, though. I want to just very, very quickly look inside of the hub and see what it is we've got to get automated here. So we've got quick wire. We can go automate that. That's elsewhere. That's not something we need. Circuit boards. That's gonna. What can we automate without getting the oil over here? You know, what kind of construction? Modular frames. Those require iron rods and reinforced iron plate. That sounds like an iron facility sort of thing. That sounds like something we should have already automated, and we failed to do today. Crap. We're gonna have to go alter the iron facility to also manufacture modular frames! I guess it's a good thing we've got 2 different iron rod facilities, and it's a good thing we've got 2 different reinforced plate facilities. We'll just have those kind of break away and do their own thing. We'll take one of the iron rod setups and one of the plate setups, and we'll have these being manufactured. Modular frames, or heavy modular frames, that's going to be something that needs to be done in the Omni facility because it requires things from the steel facility and things from the iron facility. So that's something we could do. That's good. We could automate that. That'd be easy. And hey, once we get that going, once we have this automated and this automated, everything in the standard parts list will be automated, which just sounds great. From there, circuit boards, I mean, all of this is going to require that we get the still facility running. Rotors, stators, and motors are sort of the primary things that I want to get automated. And that is going to require... Oh, actually, this could also be manufactured at the iron facility by itself. We might have to make a sub-iron facility. Just break some of the parts away and have them hauled off to a secondary facility that manufactures these things. We can't make these, though, because that would require steel and wire, but we could make another sub-facility, a stator facility, and then combine those together at the Omni facility. I'm just coming up with ideas here. I'm just an ideas man. Computer, that's an Omni facility job, because that's going to require plastics and screws and all kinds of things. So Lots of logistics involved here. Lots of logistics. I'm gonna go because my head hurts. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you and I'll see you later. Bye.